The Goldfinch is a new movie directed by John Crowley, and this movie has a decent cast. It has Enzo Eckhart, Nicole Kidman, Sarah Paulson, Luke Wilson, and this movie is all about a boy named Theodore Decker who is a part of a tragedy when his mother was killed in a bombing at the Art Museum in New York. And that tragedy has led Theodore Decker to live his life with guilt and regret. As he gets older, he starts to use his guilt and regret and start to use that to reinvent his life and life. And throughout the film, he meets people who was close to him during that fateful day, and I guess they just go back and talk about the times. I guess we have the movie The Goldfinch. I saw the trailer for this movie, and I was like, okay, great performances. Enzo Eckhart's going to bring it. And after watching this movie, I was really frustrated because this movie has some great performances. This movie has some stellar performances from Enzo Eckhart. He plays Theodore Decker in this movie, and he did a fantastic job. Like, his character is very complex in this movie. Everyone did fine. Enzo Eckhart had a stellar performance. He was top notch. Also, the cinematography is amazing in this movie. The cinematographer was Roger Deakins. Yes, Roger Deakins was the cinematographer in this movie, and the cinematography is beautiful, well shot. I was just like, at all. This movie had great performances. From this main star, Enzo Eckhart. Hopefully I got the name right. It had some decent performances from everyone else from the outside cast, the supporting cast. It's just the writing was just completely terrible in this movie. Now, this movie is based off the novel, and I haven't read the novel. I won a Pulitzer Prize, the novel, and it's a great novel. And I'm just trying to figure out if the movie was going by the novel scene by scene, or did they change some things, or did they alter some things? Because I'm just like, this cannot be the novel. It can't be. The screenplay was just really horrendous in this movie. Like, when like, this movie revolves around Enzo Eckhart's character Theodore Decker. He's suffering this major tragedy. He lost his mother, and he's dealing with guilt. And throughout the movie, he goes to a couple of foster homes, and he sees a couple of people that he interacted with during his childhood. And as he gets older, he interacted with these same people, and they got older. And they just talk. That's it. They just talk. It's nearly nothing was really happening with this movie. I was constantly asking myself, what is the plight of this movie? Where is the conviction? That's where I found out at the end of the movie. This movie didn't have any plight, didn't have any conviction, didn't motivation. What was the motivation in this movie? Why was this movie even being made? What was the whole purpose of him trying to reconnect with former friends of his past? There was a point where a character was going to discover something that kind of went with the synopsis of the film. Like, he's trying to use guilt and regret to reinvent his life and reinvent his love life. But yet, the film never addressed these situations. That's from the synopsis. So basically, it's like you're watching a different movie. This movie is 2 hours and 29 minutes long. And I'm like, why was this movie 2 hours and 29 minutes long? Yes, the movie is beautiful, it's well shot, definitely one of the best cinematography I've seen this year, but still, that doesn't make a good quality film. You can have a movie that's 2 hours and 29 minutes long, but you just gotta have good writing. You just gotta have the screenplay that's up to par, that will have the audience captivated. Like, the audience in theater were all huffing and puffing and moving around and rustling and tussling. I was scratching my head. I was scratching my ass. I was trying to figure out what was the whole point of this whole entire movie. There's literally no point of this whole entire movie. And also, the ending of this movie definitely bogged the movie down for me personally, because the ending just was like, what the F? Now, like I said before, I'm a little bit ignorant because I haven't read the book, so I don't know if this is scene by scene from the novel. The movie had some points that could potentially deliver the movie its plight, but the movie doesn't make these decisions. There is a little bit of missing pieces of his character arc that the movie kind of skims over, and the movie doesn't really do a good job of bringing it up again. It has to do with certain characters from his past, and from the movie he interacts with these characters, but when he meets them, they're just hanging out and just doing things. Nothing was happening that could make the movie elevate itself. The movie stayed the same. Boring. The screenplay wasn't written well, and the performances was decent, but overall this movie is it's forgettable. It's complete forgettable mess. I'm going to give the Goldfinch to George Clooney back nipples. There was a scene where Enzo Acor's character was with Jeffrey Wright's character, and they was in a room rubbing wood.
Hey, do you see this wood? This wood right here is pure elegance. If you feel the wood, you can actually feel when it was made. Feel each edge curve, the scratches, the history. They say if you can taste it, you can actually know what year it was made. Oh yes, so beautiful, so sexy, so elegant.
That actually happened. That actually happened. Alright guys, that's my review of the Goldfinch. Have you seen, do not watch the Goldfinch. Do not watch that, do not watch it, just forget about it. And if you like everything you see and you agree, I'm going to be pumping more reviews out, coming out real soon. Also, I have another music video that I'm going to dish out very soon. I can't wait for you guys to see that. So stay tuned, we have some great content heading your way. Alright guys, thank you for watching. You are the best, and I'll see you guys in the next review. And if you like everything you see and you agree, subscribe to my channel and join me in the Batman family. I'll have more Batman-tastic reviews in the way. You have been warned. Until then, ciao.